Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Bug, Luvion, Chris, how's it going, guys? Gil, how's it going? 33 awards. I assume everything's going to Expedition 33, I guess? Good. Fresh. Whoa, that's really good. Excuse me? That's so handy. Okay, so it likely needs to be a vowel and then excess. That's too many. So A, S, S. Gaming news. Oh, I care about is about GTA 6. True. GTA 6, or give me some new Persona news. Give me some new Witcher news. Those are like the only things I give a shit about. Fuck everything else. Oh my god. Yeah, why don't you tell me about the next fucking Call of Duty? That's the same as this Call of Duty. It's the same as the fucking previous one. Ugh, get me out of this shit. So... okay. Yes. No. Sorry, I just shook my whole shit. Dress. Elden Ring 2? That would be fine too. Glass? No, something less. Okay. Less. Hold on. Shit. Fucker. God damn. No, unknown, but we went to the same place. I appreciate that. I don't know, for me, it has always been the same. Is it inverted for you? Kami, I have fucking ads turned off, bro. You want me to fucking turn on ads? I will fucking insert one right now. Say the word, you fucker. I have ads turned off, okay? I get 0 ad revenue from my fucking streams. Don't even fucking sass me here, okay? There's the one thing you can't sass me for. My streams are basically pro bono. Except for, like, money and, sell and viewer. Like, okay, you can fuck right off, okay? That's the one accusation I won't take, god damn it. Stress. Oh my god, cringe. This was going so well. By 2, I knew 3 words. Did I finish film? Oh shit, dude, how's it going? Thank you. Yeah, we started it, I think it's been 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks? 2 weeks, I think now. Yeah, halfway through Volume 1. We should be finished Volume 1 this weekend, assuming nothing comes up or anything. This is so cringe, dude. Oh my fucking god. Hey Sal, how's it going? Wait, has Game of the Year been announced yet, or is that the end? I don't know. I never watched the Game Awards, if I'm honest. What do I give a fuck? Chess? No H, but I thought of that, but there's no H. It's going on. E33 glazing going on. Nice. Okay, good. Okay. I still need to go get takeout. Just get it Uber Eats or whatever. I'm sure you guys have that. Kami, don't cry. Ain't doing delivery, that shit's a scam. Kami, I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I used to think so too, and then I started working, and then when you start working full time, you're like a little bit extra. But when I was not working, I was like, that shit is the biggest scam in the fucking universe. Why would I not just go get it myself? And then I started working, and I was like, it's only a little bit extra, and that shit is like the worst habit I have. I don't do it much anymore because I used to do it a lot in college, and I was like in uni, and I was like, yo, this shit is so cooked. But oh my god, oh my god, I know that shit is so easy. That was my fucking problem. It was like, it's too easy. I gotta stop this. No, the drivers get crumbs. This is also true. Cress. Wes. Duress. Oh my god, can someone please help me? This is so cringe. So starving it is. Gil, you're a fucking genius. Oh my god, it was so obvious. Oh my god, you're a fucking genius. Holy shit. Oh my god, so obvious, and I didn't even fucking think of it for 1 second. Oh my god. Wait, a fraudulent bum, so I'm not a bum instead. Oh my god, this is goated. Sal just said something nice for the first time in like weeks. Oh, by the way, Sal, you feeling better? Waiting for you to get it. I already did it. Oh my god. No, that was so cringe. Peanut butter and chocolate spread? Exactly, viewer. You get it. Devil? You getting worse? Oh, fuck. I thought you said you were feeling better yesterday. Fuck, sorry, dude. So wait, you do like Nutella and peanut butter? Oh. Y'all are mind controlled by Big Jam. This is this is like when someone says like, no, the Earth is flat, and you're like, really? Who's got that conspiracy? Big globe? Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, I got better, but then went to work at the end of shift. It got bad. Oh, Sal, that's gonna happen. Yeah, that's gonna happen. If you go to work, dude, you need to rest. Take some time off work if you can. I know, like, I don't know how. I know you mentioned that you're like understaffed or shit at work, but like, if you can, take some time off, dude. You need some time to rest, or it's not gonna get better. Or I mean, it will get better. You're not fucking 100 years old. It's just gonna take a lot longer. We have people right now, so if you can, take some time off, dude. Just like, it'll take 2 days. You'll be better. You'll be chilling. If you keep going to work, it's gonna be like a week before you feel better. It just delays the whole process because your body's so fucking cooked, right? I made pistachio and caramel brownies? Are you fucking Mark Zuckerberg? What the fuck is that combo? Q? Jacket. Gay? Aries, God of War. I need to get up and check for music changes too. Aw, thanks, buddy. Love you. Me work, cause work weed this time is short. Is Sal having a stroke or am I? Cause that made no fucking sense to me. What the fuck? Usually 7, but now 4-day week. Oh, I see. Sal had a stroke. Okay, he did, right? Okay, because that shit would make no fucking sense. Okay, 4-day week. And then you're off, and then are you off for 4 days as well, or are you then off for 10 days? And cheese. Make me throw up. Off for 7? Oh, okay. Aries, Devil. And then I go back to 7. So it's just this week off? I thought you had it like shorter for like Christmas time or whatever. Yo, this is so cringe. What is this? Sarah, Seer, Air. How is that one away? What are we talking about? This is so cringe. I've tried PB and chocolate, it's too sweet. Sarah, Seer, Aries, Ears. Oh! Anagrams. Oh, I thought it was gonna be something like that. I didn't see ears. Oh, so clever. Good work, Luvion. Gay? Gay. Gay means what in Spanish? Grill? Five-day week last week and 4 this week to match up. So now we have New Year's off. Otherwise we didn't. Oh, I see. Okay, well that's nice. Okay. Well, I want to say, like either way, like that's good of them to, you know. I think my hair is starting to get decent now. Like my hair, because obviously, as most of you know, I'm growing it out. And the problem is my hair is really thick, so when it gets this long, it starts getting fucking, like, I start getting an afro. But I think it's starting to simmer down now, which is nice. I can't wait until they get long enough until I can actually tie them out back. They'll probably gone work. Probably gone work through New Year's. Wait, why? Ready, you and Unk now? Hair might start leaving you? No, I got good hair genetics. We're chilling. The day I start losing my hair, I'm killing myself. I want to be really... My knees? Good answer. This is not even a joke. If you guys just see me, if I just chat, if I just send in Discord one day that I'm, bye boys, it was a good time, just know I started losing my hair and I jumped off a bridge that day. It's over. I can't do it. I can't. Bunny, gnome, devil, sprinkler, things you'll find in the garden. Garden, gnome, sprinkler, grill, shed. Whereas, do you know about Dara shipping daily in Gearman? She needs to get locked. That woman needs to get locked up. Not because she's a woman. I want to be really clear, okay? That woman needs to get locked up. Her opinions are a danger to society. We can't have this around. Okay? Gay. Gay Q. Philippe, how's it going, man? I don't know why. Every time I feel like I mention this every time Philip comes over. It's probably just Philip, but every time I see Philip, I think it's like Philippe, like Felipe, or like it's like a French person. It's Philippe. I go with that every time. I say this like every time he pops in, but Creamy peanut butter or chunky? This is actually a good question. I got it! I got it! Oh my god! By the skin of my fucking teeth! Bowl jacket bunny devil. Do I know what that is? Fuck no. Dust. Fuck you. Lynxicon. Money's not here right now, right? Ask question. Meanwhile, sometime. What? Ask sometime? What? Question, answer. Question, answer, debate. Debate, meanwhile, progress. Progress, meanwhile, time. No. Progress, meanwhile, slow. Progress, meanwhile, lengthy? Length? This man is a terrorist. No, I'm not. Okay, listen. No, ordinarily, I do have smooth peanut butter as well, but I don't dislike crunchy, like chunky. Okay, so I'm not gonna like judge him. Like that's a fine opinion to have. Is it what I personally share? No, but it's not like what I'm gonna judge you on. It's fine. You say this. Oh my god. That came out of nowhere. That came out of nowhere. That was also new Kami lore. Slow, meanwhile. Progress question. Yeah, he did like physical damage. That was crazy. Yo, what? Steady. Steady, meanwhile. Steady, meanwhile. Forward. Oh my god. Forward, change. Forward, meanwhile, backward. Forward, meanwhile, drive. Reverse. Clutch. I'm just saying card words at this point. I should go up and buy that onion. While. So fucking obvious. Yeah, I know. That's what I was gonna ask Kami. Do you need a singular onion? Is there a specific onion? Because you didn't say like a onion. You said that onion. Like as in, like there's like a, hey, I need that particular onion. I have also come to realize that that onion personally has a good personality. Yeah. This is so stupid. I should have done that first. Shit. Please don't move him. Please don't. I just need. Why would you do that? Now you're gonna have to trade with me, and you're gonna be down another. And we would have already traded one. Idiot. I don't know what that is. The fuck did I just... Oh, thank you. No worries, money. We're still just playing games. You're chilling, dude. You like roops or salmons? Soups or roops or salmons. Holy shit, I'm so cooked. Soups or ramens? True. They are kind of goated when you're sick. This is true. Never had a good soup ever. And never had ramen. You've never had ramen? Yo, nah, trust. Ramens are goated. Ramen's truly goated. Green chat is on top message again. I don't know why, because like mine is on live chat, but I don't know why I'm trying to read. Go here and no, but then you guys had what the I mean, it sounds like something so simple that I've probably had it, but it might be called a different name. The fuck is potato bake? I was gonna really fuck that up. Here, but then obviously he's probably just gonna do this. Potato bake is good if I make with filling. I don't know. So he has to go here. I go here. Nah, for yeah, no money. You're good, dude. You're good. Chill. No worries at all. I'm gonna go like here. Trying to make sure. Dude, you're good. Don't even sweat it. Now I'm gonna force him to take, because now he has to take with the queen. Otherwise, you fucking idiot. Never mind. He doesn't have to. Just resign. What is even the fucking point? Dude, so cringe. What are we doing? Alright, let's go. Alright. Damn, I did. Let my boss know that exactly. So you know, when you walk into work and they're like, and you walk in, you're like, why, boss? Why the fuck? Or why are we so fucking late? Leaving so soon, so? No worries, man. Feel better. Assuming, wait, what? Wait, when did I read till? Did I fuck that up? Wait, you don't like COI? What? I thought you liked COI. I thought you were one of the ones that like COI. Eh? Stream title says 75? Wait, Sal hates COI, really? I feel like Sal was one of the biggest. He was like, I can't wait for you to read COI. Now I'm wondering if he just meant it in like a, oh, because it sucks so much or something, right? Interesting. Okay, meeting. Let me just confirm. Okay, never mind. We're actually on chapter 74. I fucking... Don't listen to him, he's a silly guy. No, Sal is right. I'm wrong. I remember him saying like, oh, I tried starting COI so many times, but I kept like, I couldn't make it through. Like I tried restarting it like 17 times, but I only finished it like 3 times or whatever. Oh, I do remember this. So chapter 74, Mute. His sister needed rest, so Lumion couldn't learn new Hermes or ancient Hermes words. He could only revise what he had already learned. Are you also reading 10, 11 chapters today? No, it'll probably be closer to like 8 or 9, Luvian, but I'll change that at the end because I don't know where I want to end off. Around 10 o'clock, he left the house and went to the old tavern. Ah, that's what it was, Sal. You are right. You did tell me this. Oh, I forgot about this. Sorry, I try to keep everyone straight, but at a certain point, it's like the community is growing slowly as ever, mind you, but this community is growing to the point where like sometimes I mix up people and like what they were talking about, because the COI thing is either like one or the other. It's either like COI is the fucking best thing in the fucking universe, it's better than Lord of the Mysteries, or it's like it is the most piece of shit that has ever been written and no one should ever read it and we should actually light it on fire and pretend that Lord of the Mysteries has no successor. And we're like, what the fuck are we talking about? He had 2 objectives. First, he wanted to see if the mysterious lady would appear again after he became a dancer and provide him with some more knowledge. Second, Leia and the other foreigners lived there, and after yesterday's incident, they may not be out today. Upon entering Old Tavern, Lumion quickly scanned the room and was disappointed to find that where the spot the old lady usually sat was vacant. With a slow exhale, he walked to the bar counter, intending to ask if the 3 foreigners were around. At this moment, the tavern owner, Maurice Benet, appeared to have just woken up and was clearly not in high spirits. He had a bulbous nose and was conversing with a customer at the bar. It's a fucking... yeah, you see what I mean, Sal? You're like, it shouldn't fucking exist. We should set it on fire. Every copy of it that ever exists in the universe should be rooted up. And you're like, damn. The customer seemed agitated, gesturing wildly and making muffled sounds. But he couldn't speak. Mute? Lumion approached curiously and realized that the customer wasn't one of the village mutes, but Jean Maury, Sybil Barry's husband. Sybil was the mistress of the Padre, sister of Shepherd Pierre Barry, and a member of the small group. And Jean Maury isn't mute. Lumion assessed. His black hair was unkempt and his stubble uneven. His eyes were filled with anger and fear. There are bits I like, but fuck the rest. How do you feel about COI? I think so far it's interesting. The way that Cuttlefish has decided to go. I kind of appreciate in that he's trying to make it like distinctly different than Lord of the Mysteries to an extent, it seems. You think the music's a bit too loud? I can turn it down, no worry. So I'm happy so far, but I have also heard from a lot of people that Volume 1 is like pretty goated relative to the rest of it, so I don't know. Like, this might be like a crazy fucking, but like, hold on, I had a comment, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I don't want to dox this or anything. So yeah, there was like a guy that commented, COI Volume 1 on reread for me is better than Volume 6 of Lord of the Mysteries. It's like, that's crazy work. Now, I want to be clear, Volume 6 is not my favorite part of Lord of the Mysteries. For me, it is 7. But like, all the same, I wouldn't rank it anywhere near that high. So like, again, people have like the most fucking varied, polarized views on it, so I can't speak to it yet. His black hair, wait, no. Uncharacteristically agitated, he gestured urgently, trying to communicate something. As Lumion thought odd, he approached the bar counter and knocked on it with a smile. Hey, what's going on? Maurice, did you sell fake alcohol to Jean? He looks so angry he can't even talk. What's that got to do with me? Maurice said. He muted himself. Jean paused and glanced at Lumion, reverting to his usual sullen demeanor. He then turned around and left the bar. After disappearing through the door, Lumion lowered his voice and asked, what's wrong with him? Maurice Benet looked outside and whispered, I heard he caught Sybil and the Padre in bed together last night, and it made him so mad he went mute. Today he's been telling everyone he sees. He doesn't even have the guts to go to Dairy Edge to confront the Padre. What a coward. Lumion was baffled and shocked. If he remembered correctly, Jean Maury knew about the wife Sybil's prolonged affair. He just didn't want her to be with another man, so how could he be so angry that he went mute over something he already knew about? Something's off. Moreover, in previous cycles, there had been no instance of Jean Maury becoming mute from anger, otherwise Lumion would have known. In Cordoue, this was headline news. It spread rapidly. Could it be that their investigation had caused a disturbance, making Jean encounter something he shouldn't have? As Lumion speculated, he showed an excited expression. Is that so? Then I'll have to ask him. Damn kid, be decent and don't provoke the poor man. Besides, he's mute and can't write. How the fuck would he tell you what happened? He can move his hands, Lumion chuckled. He then raised his hands and clenched his left fist, gently hitting his right palm. Throughout the Dairy Edge region, even without crossing into southern Intes, it was a universal gesture for an act between a man and a woman. Oh, I see. Maurice cursed. I hope you've got some decency left and don't play pranks on the poor man. Don't worry, I just want to hear the story, Lumion said. Lumion left the bar but had no idea where the man went. Lumion scoured Cordoue but couldn't find him. He finally arrived back at Jean Maury's house. At the entrance, Sybil was standing there. What's the matter? The woman looked up at him. I'm looking for Jean. He's not home, Sybil said. Then do you know where he went? We had an argument yesterday. He might have left Cordoue and doesn't want to return for the time being. I go before I catch... Oh, as in, like, this shit is cancerous. Oh, cute. Lumion's eyebrows twitched. He sensed something bad had happened. Clearly, Jean couldn't leave Cordoue, or the cycle would restart. Why did you guys quarrel? I heard that you and the Padre... He didn't finish the sentence, but instead punched his right palm with his left fist. Get lost! Get the fuck out of my house, Sybil said. Lumion clicked his tongue and left the house. After walking for a distance, the smile on his face disappeared. In truth, he didn't want to ask about the affair. He had seen the Padre and Madame Polly naked. What else was there to ask? But if he didn't ask, it wouldn't fit his persona in the eyes of the villagers. He had already visited them. If he didn't anger the mistress of the house, could he live up to his name as the Prankster King? But not to talk about it. The persona of a character may be useful, but also sometimes troublesome. Judging by the Padre's actions and the information he had, Lumion suspected that Jean hadn't become mute because of the affair, but something else. I have to find him soon. If he goes looking for people to complain to, he might just die. No, he's already missing. The more Lumion thought, the more he felt something had happened to him already. The villager who snitched in Dairy Edge had previously fallen to death for no reason. Just as Lumion was about to make his last effort to find Jean, he encountered Ryan, Leia, and Valentine. "Good morning, my cabbages," Lumion said. As they approached, he asked, "Did anything happen?" "That Madame doesn't want to pursue the matter. She didn't appear," Leia said. As expected, Lumion looked around and saw that there was no one nearby. Only then did he tell the investigators of his sister's deduction of Madame Polly's pathway and her guess of Pullett's identity. Ryan recalled and said, "It's rare for a demoness to appear in Ristone provinces. We don't know much about this, but the higher-ups should know. I'll send a telegram later and tell them about Madame Polly, but it'll only mention how Madame Polly's room has Pullett's photo, but Rockford family doesn't have Polly's. In Intes, demoness-related affairs happen often," Ryan added. Oh, dude, beast! Roselle, your influence is undying, my king. So my sister's pen pal is also an Intes? Lumion nodded and said, "So far, Madame Polly doesn't seem to have anything to do with the loop. Also, she does also seem to be aware that it's a loop. That may be why she didn't pursue us." Who do I like, more from Ryan, Valentine, and Leia? I guess I will go with Leia just because she's a magician. But I mean, they're all kind of pretty equal if I'm honest. Is it possible that we can join forces to an extent? How can I work with such an evil and filthy person who's even more terrifying than a demon? Lumion didn't even look at him and turned his gaze to Ryan and Leia. "A limited cooperation, only in the loop. When this loop is resolved, you can deal with her however you want. You can even tell her directly about this. I believe she will understand." Indeed. Ryan thought for a moment and patted Valentine's shoulder. Indeed, the most important thing now is to resolve the loop. However, we can't be sure of the Madame's attitude. We don't dare visit her directly. I'm afraid we'll have to trouble you or your sister to communicate with her and inquire. Okay, Lumion said. He planned to do it himself anyway. He didn't want his sister to be alone with Madame Polly when he realized that she may harbor abnormal feelings for her. Valentine kept a poker face as he listened to the conversation. Lumion peered furtively once again. There are 3 more clues. He recounted Raymond's case, Jean Morey's situation, and the burial chamber. "How did you get so many clues?" Leia asked. She even suspected this guy and his sister were off. "Blame yourself for not remembering the first 2 cycles," Lumion smirked. Leia nodded. "Then we gotta investigate the cathedral catacombs ASAP. Yeah, it's probably dangerous. We should contact Madame Polly. If she's down to join, we have a higher chance of nailing this." Eh? We're gonna invite the demoness? Bro, we don't partner with them. This is cooked. Outside the administrator's residence, a building transformed from an old castle. Lumion strolled through the gardens and approached the front door. He said to the valet, "I need a word with Madame Polly." "What's this about?" the valet asked. "That's not for you to know," Lumion scoffed. What do you care? Who do you think you are?" The valet hesitated before deciding to pass the message to Madame Polly. Lumion loitered around for a few minutes, but when the valet returned, he said, "Madame will see you in the small parlor." The small parlor was familiar to Lumion. The few times he accompanied his sister, he had been entertained in that room. He headed there by himself, the valet trailing like an obedient dog. "Arder, how's it going, man?" "Will we nail him now?" Tommy's mom? I don't know. Sorry, I can't help myself. Lumion sprawled on the sofa in the parlor and helped himself to the black tea. Then Madame Polly glided through the doorway. I don't know. I don't know, Kami. Yours was just the first name that came to my mind. The lady was dressed to kill in an exquisite black corset dress, a matching shawl draped over her shoulders. The outfit struck Lumion as familiar. He realized that Madame Polly wore this same ensemble when she came to seduce him. She did that on purpose, huh? Good morning, Madame. Just as the greeting left his lips, Lumion noticed the figure beside the Madame. It wasn't Kathy, but the midwife who had met her demise at Ryan's hands. I'm sorry. Dude, yours is literally just the first name that came to my mind. The midwife had a grayish-white dress, her eyes blank with an expressionless face, identical to when Lumion had seen her corpse in the garden. Bringing the midwife instead of the maid, she did that on purpose too, huh? Madame Polly smiled. It should be noon any time now. She settled into the armchair that signified the host. If you haven't eaten lunch, it's not noon yet, Lumion quipped. His heart raced underneath the retort. He suspected the Madame brought the midwife to interrogate him. If he didn't handle this well, and Leia's group didn't restart the cycle in time, Lumion suspected he may have to play a dad for a few minutes. Jesus. If he didn't handle this, Madame Polly glanced at him. What seems to be the trouble, she asked. Madame, you must have realized we're stuck in a time loop. Lumion watched closely, watching for any alert reaction. If she did reveal a surprise, a shock or confusion, he would just say, just kidding, and then start off with something odd. Of course, Madame Polly looked like she already knew. The odds of escape were slim, but how would he know if there was any hope without trying? Madame sized Lumion up for a few seconds and smiled. Looks like you've found a boss too. She didn't seem surprised by the time loop, nor did she look puzzled. That's as good as admitting she knew what was happening. Boss? That's a favorite word in Aurora's book. Does she mean some higher power that grants boons? Lumion smiled. It seems I won't need to explain much. What are you getting at? Polly smiled. People outside already know about Cordu's abnormality, and if we don't end this soon, the place will be wiped out and everyone killed. We're in the same boat. Only by uniting can we avoid sinking. Only then do we have a chance of finding the key and escaping. Time is running out. Let's work together. Madame Polly listened with a faint smile, not interrupting him. At this, she chuckled. Who said we're in this together? Why should I cooperate with you? I can leave here at a specified time. Are you saying you have a way out of the time loop? You only need to do something at a precise time? And Madame nodded and sipped her tea and said nothing. Perks of a higher power. God damn it. But this isn't the first cycle. Why is she here? Could other cycles have restarted before that time? That explains why she didn't pursue us infiltrating the castle. She fears the Beyonders causing trouble in restarting the cycle. Amidst his thoughts, Lumion smiled. I wonder if you can take Aurora and me out of the cycle. What official Beyonders? I don't give a shit about them. Madame Polly smiled. Why should I help you? Didn't you say that love? Lumion stopped, unable to continue. He meant to mention Madame Polly's words of love, but since Madame Polly likely desired his sister, he just couldn't bring himself to. If the Madame loved him, a shameless man like him would have played the card of love and offered to bear her child ASAP. Well, he would grit his teeth and give birth if it meant Madame Polly evacuating him and Aurora from this cycle. After a few seconds, the Madame said, "Are you suggesting love is unfathomable? Saving her despite clearly wanting her dead for her mistake?" Lumion didn't answer. He could tell Madame referred to as she. But what if it's irredeemable, she sighed. Redeemable. Lumion's heart sank. You mean at that time you can only take a few people, not including me and Aurora? She nodded once again. You can see it that way. Looks like I must rely on myself again, Lumion sighed. I know, tagging everyone is such a pain in the ass now. You have to go. He then thought for a moment and smiled. Madame, the three foreigners and I will explore the cathedral underground later. If anything happens, the cycle may restart ahead of time. We won't make it to Lent. Are you threatening me? The Madame said. No. Just a reminder. Outwardly, he feared angering Madame Polly and being confined here to give birth. The three investigators would restart the cycle if he didn't emerge in 15 minutes. Polly gazed into Lumen's eyes for a few seconds. Seeing no flinch or evasion, she smiled. You are interesting. It'd be lovely if you and your sister became my lovers. This bitch brought a free... Oh, not only a get out of jail free ticket, bro. She's a pedophile. She's a pedophile with a get out of jail free card. This is Jeffrey Epstein in the fucking midst. What is happening? Without waiting for a response, she turned to the midwife. You destroyed a heretic spellmaster, yet I didn't blame you. I am quite merciful, yet you still expect my help. Heretic spellmaster? Alright. Gotta add that to my fucking notes. That sounds like a sequence 7 or something. Sequence 6 or 7, I guess. What's the fucking name? Heretic Spellmaster. How did you just say heretic? The right way? Oh. Heretic? The heretic. Is that not the right way to say it? Am I fucking losing my shit? Heresy, heretic. Fuck, you have me doubting myself now, hold on. Heretic. Okay. Heretic spellmaster. Oh, I was saying heretic. Oh, heretic. Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay. I won't explore the the cathedral's underground with you, but for Aurora's sake and for your courage, I'll provide some help if something happens. I thank you, my lady. Shouldn't it be my sunshine? Referring to what Lumion had said in a previous loop, Madame, you are my sunshine. Lumion felt embarrassed, but had always been shameless. Pretending not to hear, he just left. It's not like genetic. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, you're right. Heretic. Yeah. Okay. After going down the hill and entering Cordu, Lumen spotted the three foreigners waiting. How'd it go? Leia asked. The best outcome we could hope for. That's right, we can count on some help in our direst moment. Did you get a reply? Lumion asked. Our supervisors reminded us to consider the possibility of Paulette becoming a woman through potion or power. As expected. When do we explore the cathedral's underground? Now, Ryan said. Don't you just love the English language? I know. I fucking love this thing. Cringe. God, our language sucks dick. But hey, this is the one everyone uses, so get fucked. Now, Lumion asked? Can't we wait till nightfall? Now is the best time. Think about it. If we realize there's no one in the cathedral at night and lacks protection, how could the Padre and company not realize the same? I suspect they'll send their strongest to guard it during that time. And now it's nearly noon. All villagers have gone home, so no one will come to pray. Furthermore, it's daytime, so the traps won't activate to prevent accidents. With the two Padre and the servants in the cathedral, it's easy for people to lower their guard. Meaning we face only the Padre, the Deputy Padre, and the three odd job workers. And before April 3rd, the Padre's still an ordinary person, Lumion nodded. Plus, though the deputy padre seems off, he's not a core member of the Padres team. Same for the job workers. Can't 4 Beyonders handle 5 ordinary people easily? But won't this make it impossible to reach the 12th night? Lumion asked. Oh wow, okay, yeah, Lumion, your name is just like cancer, AIDS rolled into one. Wow. I mean, hey, express yourself however you want, I want to be clear, but god damn. You said it yourself. Compared to us, the Padre and company will hold back until Lent to usher in the 12th night. As long as we don't kill him, finding someone entering the basement will make him pretend not to notice and accelerate getting his superpowers. Leia said, gaining powers, he may hunt us with the others, but Cordu isn't small and we're not weak. We can hide and stall. Okay, let's do this, Lumion said. But Aurora's eyes haven't healed. I'm afraid she can't help. It's fine. Madame Polly backs us, doesn't she? Leia said. Before the cathedral, let's walk around the village and confirm the shepherd, Barry, and the dangerous ones are home. Lumion said. Ryan nodded. Discussing details, Valentine glanced at Lumion. Do you need cleansing? You went into the castle and spoke with Madame Polly. He may be corrupted. No, the Madame wouldn't do that. It's meaningless, Lumion said. He had no choice but to feel certain. He couldn't let Valentine purify him again. Compared to yesterday, he was that dancer. Once purified with holy water, it's going to be huge amounts of trouble. Lumion, let me put it this way, okay? Anytime you're in an argument and you have to make the argument that blank is 18, you've already lost the argument, brother. It's over. You're on the side of evil. I'm sorry. If you ever find yourself uttering those words in reality and you're like, blank is 18, you are on the wrong side of history, okay? Just remember that. Just good overarching thing to remember. Fucker. He had no choice but to feel certain. He dared not let Valentine purify him again. According to Aurora's analyst, he needed a full-body purification. Seeing Lumion had no issues, Valentine just said nothing else. Aurora was vexed at the inability to join and help. She could only offer to wait in the village edge and restart the cycle if anything went wrong. This required little vision. It sufficed to vaguely see the road. Agreeing to have a restart before anyone came for her at 12:30, Lumion bid Aurora farewell and regrouped with the rest of the group. By then, 3 Beyonders confirmed that Pierre and the Padre core members were at home. Making half a detour, they reached the cathedral side along a small path. Lumion ready to volunteer when Leia strode over, using a wire to fiddle with the lock and push open the door. It's a necessary technique for investigation, she smiled. Sounds so noble, Lumion thought. The small silver bells on her veil and boots didn't jingle. Lumion interpreted this. It's safe entering the cathedral? Please, add limited to dealing with the cathedral's people, Leia said. Did this mean danger in the basement remained unknown? Lumion vaguely understood, gaining deeper insight into divination. Ryan passed him, following Leia. Steps in, a servant approached. In the blink, Ryan rushed over, raised his hand, and chopped the servant behind the ear. The servant crumbled soundlessly. Ryan caught him and dragged him to a room. Leia rushed over, pouring a colorless liquid down his throat. What's this? Lumion asked. A sedative. You're well prepared, Lumion thought. Taking down the 3 odd-job workers without alerting the Padre, Leia crept into the Padre's room through the shadows, silently turning the handle and cracking the wooden door. She saw Cordu's mightiest man in a golden-threaded robe, breathing slowly in and out on his bed. Plates for lunch and silver cutlery on the table. Leia sized him up and leapt in, chopped the Padre behind the ear, and poured down the rest of the sedative down his throat. That's it? It's too easy. What else? What did you expect of a normal person? Leia asked. Lumion lifted the Padre's robes. What are you doing? Leia asked, checking his body. Lumion said. He wanted to see if the Padre had the Blackthorn symbol. Dude, this whole shit just reeks of Frenchman. Just a knocked out guy that you gave a sedative to after knocking him out and you start disrobing him. Oh my god, Frenchman, bro. Soon, the Padre's top half was exposed, revealing nothing but tufts of hair. No symbols. Lumion nodded imperceptibly, muttering. Looks like the symbol is received after accepting the boon. Or does it exist now, but only activates through cogitation? Harder, what did you do? Is he telling you to slow down and reading COI? Fuck no. I mean, maybe. If we... So far I'm having fun, but if at any point we start getting like... we might do... We might take a pause midway. How did I get mine? The 12th night? Thinking the Padre might lack the Blackthorn symbol, Lumion couldn't help evil thoughts. If I kill him, will it trigger the cycle? Considering the Padre's importance, Lumion, still wanting to wait for the 12th night, convinced himself not to kill the old man. Lumion leaving the Padre's room, Ryan said to Leia, "Can't find the deputy Padre." Eh? Lumion? Maybe he's home. He's not allowed to live in the cathedral, and no one brings him food. This demon's lackey is truly tyrannical, Valentine cursed. Without further ado, the four headed into the opposite direction for the altar. In a corner loomed a stone staircase, narrow and steep, allowing only one person through at a time. Ascending through the cathedral's roof and winding deeper deeper underground. Leia took point after taking a few flights of stairs to the bottom. The veil and the four small silver bells on her boots rang at the same time. Ding ding! The sound wasn't loud, but it echoed faintly in the space. What does it mean? Lumion struggled. It means there's a level of risk, but I don't know how serious. The divinations had worked for the castle. Doesn't this mean that it's even more dangerous? Not necessarily, Leia said. Perhaps it's just interference. Hadn't Madame Polly been absent from the castle? At this point, it was impossible to back out. They descended down the stairs one by one. Soon the four saw an old brown wooden door. Leia pinched her glabella and activated her spirit vision. Though Lumion hadn't mastered it yet, with the dancer's spirituality boost, it didn't take him long to activate his. When the companions were set, Leia opened the door. Amidst the creaking, Lumion caught a whiff of a familiar scent, elegant and sweet. He made the connection. "It smells like grey amber," he said. The material used to revere the hidden entity called Inevitability. Are they all praying to the same fucking great old one? And that one is just having... Dude, I'm an actual fucking idiot. Of course they're praying to Inevitability. We're in a time loop, you idiot. Circle of Inevitability? Who would they be praying to? I'm an actual fucking... I'm dumb as a bag of rocks. Honestly, I don't even know what you are. So fucking cooked. So fucking stupid. Who the fuck did I think they were praying to? Fish. Lumion had briefly informed Ryan and the others. Last stream said, what if this isn't a circle of... What if there isn't a circle? There's one outside. Oh, I see. Thanks, Kylie. Lumion had briefly informed Ryan and the others about the Blackthorn symbol on the Padre's chest. Inevitability. In the hidden entity's honorific name, and a deer musk for the corresponding domain, claiming that the source was the Padre and had nothing to do with him. Upon hearing this, Leia, Ryan, and Valentine grew alert. Sacrificial site? Ryan muttered. With dim light trickling down the stairs, they could barely see. The space under the cathedral was bigger than Lumion's whole first floor. The floor was grayish-white, and it looked pitch black due to the lack of light. In the middle stood a stone platform. The top of the stone platform caved in, as if hiding something. As Lumion pondered, he whispered, "This may be where the Padre and company pray to the evil entity for boons." They actually built the evil god's altar under the cathedral? Valentine was furious. "Calm down. Get ready to light the fire," Ryan said. He then gestured for Leia to scout. That hidden entity with Inevitability as their honorific name really likes this fragrance. As she entered the cathedral, the 4 bells chimed, sometimes intense, sometimes soothing. "Nothing unusual around the entrance," she said. As they continued walking through the old wooden door and came to where Leia stopped, Leia kept moving, but after a few steps, the silver bells on her boots shook violently. The sound spread everywhere. The specks of dawn-like light immediately appeared around Ryan and condensed, forming silver body armor around him. Simultaneously, a pure broadsword of light appeared in his hand. Valentine spread out his arms, letting golden illusory flames burn around him. One flame suddenly lengthened and widened, and Leia walked out of it. She returned to Lumion and the others from near the altar. "Oh, magical," Lumion marveled. "Oh, you fucker. Magician, magical. She moves like an acrobat. Fuck you." Music change? What am I putting on, Kami? We're not doing the fight music? No, we're not doing the fight music. Who even cares? Yeah, no, you're good, Kami. You're good. How magical, Lumion marveled. Compared to the Sun Pathway's abilities and Ryan's combat state, Leia's acts were more bizarre and magical. Bizarre, you little fucker. Her ability to transfer his wound from his thigh to his calf blew his mind. Faced with the sudden alarm, Lumion responded the only way he could. He drew the iron black axe and hid behind Ryan, whose body was much larger. In this, he sized up his surroundings but found no changes. Of course, Lumion had found something. With the Golden Flame's help, he saw piles of human bones at the basement's edge, some even covered in sheepskin. Sacrificial offerings from before? The Padre and company have been conducting cultist rituals here for 6 months at least. But Aurora and I didn't even notice anything. Lumion's thoughts raced as he felt Cordu, the place where he had lived for 5 years, felt unfamiliar to him. "Is everything okay?" Ryan asked. "I don't feel any issues, just signs of danger," Leia said. Strange, Lumion thought. He saw that the beautiful woman's face had turned translucent, and twisted maggots seemed to crawl up before. She was even eviler than legendary evil spirits, making his scalp tingle. This exceeded Lumion's expectation. He suspected he'd have a nightmare for a long time. Your face, he warned Leia. Leia touched her face with her right hand, and her expression changed. As for whether her expression changed, Lumion couldn't tell from behind the maggots. Leia looked back at her hand. The skin there had also turned transparent, and the flesh below seemed to have turned into maggots. You're losing control," Valentine said. But my mental state's okay," Leia said. "Make sure you're not hallucinating," Ryan said. Almost simultaneously, Ryan realized the tall warrior was shrinking and the armor around him was disintegrating. In a blink, Ryan turned into a short man, only 1.5 meters tall. Damn, short king, for real, 1.5 meters? What are you, 5'4"? 4'9". Yeah. He's also mutating? Only Valentine and I are fine. Ryan, you're shrinking, Valentine said. Any changes for me? Lumion asked. You're normal, but under normal circumstances, normality might be the greatest abnormality. I'm normal. Could the Blackthorn symbol have protected me? Why Wiz have to convert to American measures? So Arter, because in Canada our shit is so cooked. So height, for example, we only do in like feet and inches. So like I don't know how tall I am. No, that's not true. I know how tall I am, but that's only because like on your license it says so in centimeters. But like you only converse about it in like feet and inches. So like 1.5 meters means nothing to me, but like 4'9" is like, oh, I see. At this point, Ryan finished checking out his body and said, I'm not shrinking, but I've returned to my formal self. I've even lost my superpowers. Bye, viewer. Appreciate you popping by, buddy. Former self, Lumine asked. Yeah, I'm naturally short. As a man, this is a huge misfortune, but I chose the warrior pathway, which could change my height. I don't know if I'm lucky or not. The past 5 or 6 years had many Beyonder monsters and abnormalities related to the warrior pathway, allowing me to be less worried about the materials needed to advance. Last 5 or 6 years? Warrior pathway? Since probably the Moon City and City of Silver came over? Probably, maybe, I don't know. Because a lot of those characteristics showed up, so now Convergence would pull them over, right? Hearing Ryan's words, Lumion thought of the anomaly. You've returned to the past. As far as I know, the authority of the hidden existence is related to the past. With that, he mimicked the mysterious lady and deliberately paused for a few seconds. I mean, maybe Kami, but again, for a girl, for a woman, it means a lot less, right? It's not as much of a negative. Whereas, like, for fucking Val and for Ryan, to be born 4'9"? You're as tall as nutsacks. You're an itty bitty guy. Though now speaking, Intes, he still had to be cautious. Valentine and I have entered the future, Leia said. Is this the state of one of our futures? And I'm the present, Lumion asked. He then thought of the 3-faced monster he saw in the dream. The monster had only one head, but it bore 3 faces, an aged one in the prime and a youthful one. Lumion suspected that there was another gift from the owner of the Blackthorn symbol. Moreover, it was of a higher order. But the recipient couldn't withstand it or had met with an accident, turning into a monster. Leia nodded, likely, but this change in state doesn't affect my mind. I don't feel like I'm losing control. I don't feel like I'm immolating, Valentine said. Similarly, I didn't lose my memories, Ryan thought. There's only a little power left here and it can't affect our mind, heart, and memories. But if we stay like this for too long, I don't know what'll happen. I'm fine. At most, I'll consume the potion again and advance again. As for you, there should be many possibilities in the future. But now, perhaps the future has been determined. One will lose control and the other becomes a holy light. This is an inevitability, I understand. How frightening. Luckily, we can restart the cycle, while we can also attempt to seek the present here. Shall we go out first and see if we can recover naturally? Lumen suggested. Besides, we may encounter a power that represents the present along the way. We can give it a shot, Ryan said. I'm afraid that another change in state will cause me to lose control, Leia said. It will definitely be good to encounter the present, but it would be troublesome to encounter the past. Lumion took the initiative to say, let me scout the way. I still have a chance to change my state. He mainly wanted to see if his luck was good enough to encounter the present, or if the Blackthorn symbol on his chest protected him. Be careful, Ryan warned. He couldn't help but think, this lad has a very sacrificial spirit, Valentine thought. Moreover, he's a devout believer of the Lord. Once the cycle is lifted, if there is a way to remove the hidden corruption on his body and let him join our team. Hidden corruption on his body? So wait, Valentine knows? So when he said like, oh, you're fine, nothing is wrong with you, he was lying? Like he knew? Seeing that Lumion was about to take his first step, Valentine said, let me see if I can rid myself of this state first. No one objected, including Lumion, because he was in the present. He didn't need to remove any negative states or undergo purification. The next second he realized he had miscalculated. Valentine didn't use holy water to purify Ryan and Leia, but used a sun halo. A dark golden light and invisible force spreading into all directions. Because they should all be... Oh, I see, Kami. Sorry, thank you. traces. Lumion jumped in fright, but it was too late to evade, so he could only brace for the invisible force to crash upon him. He instantly felt the warmth, and the valor flooded his body. It was as if the sun had arrived in the winter. Other than that, he felt nothing. As a dancer, I'm unscathed? Lumion couldn't help but swivel his head to glimpse Ryan and Leia. He realized there was no black fog or smoke billowing from them. JJ, it's just Vanitas no cart. By the way, welcome. I don't think I've seen you here before. How's it going, man? Thanks for popping by. Promptly after, Valentine, who was in the form of a figure of light, conjured holy water, creation, and let a few drops fall on Leia and Ryan. However, the two of them retained the transformed semblances with no sign of improvement. Purification and exorcism are futile, Lumion asked. He had hoped to determine why it was possible and why not. Only then would he who had already received a boon know what to evade or feign that nothing had transpired. Purification and exorcism aren't omnipotent. The corresponding power is in the category of evil. For instance, the aura of depravity in all undead. All the fucking Aurora Order members in my chat, what's up, little fuckers? The last isn't necessarily evil, but it's incompatible with the real world. It must return to the spirit world so it can still be purified or exorcised. Just like how our definition of an evil god depends on their style of acting, the power of an evil god isn't necessarily evil. God damn it. Lumion's thoughts roughly fathom him as he asked, Inevitability's power doesn't belong to evil, nor does it signify depravity? Yes, Valentine said. From the looks of it, it is normal for me to be able to withstand the halo. But why can the holy water activate the blackthorn symbol on my chest and permit me to hear the sound? Because the corruption in the seal doesn't belong to me right now? It's incompatible with my body, rendering it impure? He'd wanted to use the shepherd, Pierre Berry, who had already received a boon, as an example to ask if the mutation of the body was also in the category of evil and depravity. But the current situation was dire, so he didn't bother asking. After taking a few steps to the basement door, he heard a buzzing sound in his ear. He could hear a voice that seemed to come from an infinite distance away, yet right beside him. This was similar to when he saw the Noodle Man dancing. Noodle Man, my goat. Noodleman is a top 5 character for sure, trust me. Of course, he wasn't sure if fully activating the symbol on his chest would affect the surrounding Beyonders. Has my condition changed, he asked Leia. No, the others shook their heads. Lumion nodded indistinctly. The first was the blackthorn. This confirmed two things. The first was the blackthorn symbol on his chest, or rather, the evil god corruption sealed in his body. It could help him indeed resist the abnormality in the basement. Secondly, luck was on his side. He was affected by the power of the present. After a few seconds, Lumion attempted to take a diagonal step forward. The slight heat in his chest didn't weaken. Any changes this time, he asked. You're fine, Leia said. Lumion exhaled. With the protection of the blackthorn symbol, I can move freely. The shepherd and the company should be same. Wait, the Padre hasn't received any blessings, so how the hell did he reach the altar? Lumion grasped something. With the help of Valentine's light, he saw many messy footprints that humans normally couldn't see. Apart from a number of them, which were everywhere, they followed a certain pattern and extended to the front of the altar. Lumion overlapped with the nearest footprint, with a slight heat in his chest beginning to weaken. This meant that he had returned to the present. As expected, there's a safe route here that leads to the present. Lumion suddenly became very happy, because the three powerful Beyonders, Ryan, Leia, and Valentine hadn't seen it, yet he had. Every pathway has its strength. Before becoming a demigod, Sequence 9 of some pathways may trump a Sequence 5 of others in certain conditions, you remembered Aurora saying? Lumion had originally felt inferior and suppressed, useless, before the powerful Beyonders these past 2 days of exploration. But now he had regained a good amount of confidence. Finding faint traces in reality is a hunter's specialty. Can you? Of course, Lumion didn't forget that Aurora added, there are pathways good at everything. Which pathways are good at everything? Seer? It might actually be Seer, because they're like goated at divination, pretty good at physical stats. Seer is actually goated as fuck, dude. What? Holy shit. By the way, guys, are you guys okay if we just end on 80 today? I just realized I have to go help my brother with something. He just messaged me. We'll just end on 80 today. Sorry. Shepherd and Reader. Seer is not good at physical. He gathered his thoughts, turned around, and commanded the three behind to take a step forward around towards the altar at the same time. They were puzzled. They couldn't just blindly trust Lumion. Thanks, Kami. Sorry, dude. Lumion could only explain, look at the ground. There are many footprints marking a safe path behind the Padres group. Ryan, Valentine, and Leia could barely see a trace in the sun's dim light. They believed him. They knew in Intis that many hunter pathways had collaborated. Some sequences were skilled at detecting faint signs. They trekked the same route. Instantly, Lumion saw Ryan regain his height, Valentine darken, and Leia's face normalize. They had returned to the present. He grinned and said no more slip-ups. There may be no coming back if something goes south. Typically, his attitude would have been to mock them. Are you blind? Can't you see the signs? Another mistake and you're done for. Leia touched her face and breathed a sigh of relief. We're with you. Lumion wasn't humble. He carefully picked up the footprints on the ground and crept up to the altar. It wasn't as straightforward as heading back, but just now, since it didn't matter if he took a wrong turn, but Ryan and the others couldn't. This time, Leia's bells remained silent. Once all four had reached the altar, they started ringing, sometimes soothing, sometimes intense. It's dangerous, but we can find a way around, Leia said. Ryan added, don't touch anything here, we'll just observe. There was a depression at the bottom, as if hollowed out to hold something. Inside were grayish-white candles, a small bottle of clear liquid, and an unopened wooden box. In front of the center of the circle was a circular symbol made of thorns. Every part of it was twisted and pitch black, as if painted with some strange substances. It gave the feeling of slowly oozing. Seeing the symbol, Lumion felt dizzy and ringing in his ears. Ryan snorted, and a dawn-like light emanated from him. Don't stare at that symbol for too long, Ryan said. Lumion quickly shifted his gaze. The dizziness and ringing in his ears lessened. Will your sunrise gleam activate the altar? Lumion asked. Lumion heard Leia ask Ryan. Huh? Ding ding. Leia's veil and silver boots rang sharply. In the same breath, the black altar robe leapt up as if inhaled by an invisible being. A chill wind gusted, and Lumion glimpsed transparent faces under the hood, ferocious, warped heads radiating hatred. Lumion recognized one of the faces, Raymond. You're kidding, I have to end here. dodged behind Ryan. Save us. Yeah, no, Kami, I mean like in the next couple of chapters, this is so cooked. The translucent faces shrieked in unison, the cries piercing Ryan and the others like needles. Valentine was unmoved, arms spread, summoning a holy flame, pillar of light from the sky. Light erupted, and Lumion and the others shut their eyes on instinct. Wait, hold on, I just need to message back. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Fucking Christ. Dog shit. Sorry. Sensing the light dim, Lumion opened his eyes. The black robe lay charred on the altar, resisting the golden flames licking at its edge, yet struggling to stand like a cursed puppet. The translucent faces of Raymond and the others flickered in and out of existence. Ghosts, yet trapped between present and future, obliterated. Down, Ryan bellowed. Lumion dropped without hesitation. If there had been time, he would have thrown himself flat to the ground. Leia and Valentine were a heartbeat behind, scrambling to duck. In the same instant, Ryan plunged the Sword of Dawn into the altar's heart, piercing the robe. Silently, the broadsword shattered into a resplendent storm. Oh, thanks, Kami. Lumion dropped without hesitation. If there had been time, he would have thrown himself flat to the ground. Leia and Valentine were a heartbeat behind, scrambling to duck. In the same instant, Ryan plunged the Sword of Dawn into the altar's heart, piercing the robe. Nope, already read this. With the radiance cleared, Lumion peered up to find the altar a ruin, reduced by a third. Candles, thorns, and a black cloth had vanished, ground to dust, floating on the air. Incredible power, Lumion thought. Everything okay, he asked? Leia rose and spun around. The 4 silver bells decorating her veil and boots jangled ominously. This isn't over, she warned Ryan and the others. The altar's gone. So what's the catch? Valentine conjured golden flames that floated in the air and lit up the space. At the far end of the basement, so there was naught but piled human bones and sheepskin. Lumion snickered. No characteristics? Maybe they were sacrificed, Ryan said. It's also likely they didn't get many boons in the beginning and weren't tough enough. They could only nab normal folks as sacrifices and only go after Beyonders after they had powers. It was clear they weren't unfamiliar with getting boons. Ryan then said, "There's nothing else here. We should bail. No point tangling with dangers we can't see." Lumion didn't react. Lumion scanned the room again, scanning for any hidden doors and subtle traces. The answer was no. He led the way out of the basement, Ryan, Valentine, and Leia trailing behind. What the fuck? This music now? Are you kidding me? What are you doing to me, Kami? What are you doing to me? As soon as Lumion emerged, Ryan grunted in pain. His body flew backwards, slamming into the basement door, the stairs shuddering. Some invisible spears had pierced Ryan's chest, pinning him to the wall, blood gushing from his wounds. If Ryan hadn't jerked aside in time, that spear would have skewered his heart. Leia, who had her spirit vision activated the entire time, couldn't sense the attackers. It was as if some deity had singled Ryan out for punishment. Before they could figure out what was happening, Leia's smile twisted into a grimace. Her hands snapped back on their own, bones shattering with a crunch as her limbs went limp. A crater bloomed in her stomach as if she had been sucker punched, the impact sending her flying back. Valentine shrieked at the foot of the stairs. His ribs collapsed one by one like a sledgehammer was pounding his chest. With a series of bangs, the bloody holes tore through Leia and Valentine's stomach and chest, spearing them to the stone wall. His ribs collapsed one by one like a sledgehammer was pounding with his chest. With a series of bangs, bloody holes tore open Leia and Valentine's stomach and chest. Lumion was stunned for a moment. While this inexplicable change confused him, he was relieved he didn't appear to be the target. Is the symbol protecting me? As this thought flashed through his mind, he felt an invisible force slam him against the wall by the stairs. There was nothing visible with his spirit vision. Remembering what had happened to Ryan and the others, Lumion dodged to the side. Intense agony filled his mind. The skin on his right chest tore open. Lumion felt as if a rod had impaled him. As his bright red blood flowed out, Ryan lit up the area with spots of light that looked like dawn, banishing evil and dispelling illusions. But they couldn't see anything. Bang! Ryan's chest caved in, hit by an invisible hammer. Leia's veil and boots rang out intensely, her nails pried out. The indescribable pain contorted her face. Valentine spread his arms and let the holy pillar of light descend upon him. The light of sun suddenly erupted, obliterating all evil and igniting Valentine's body. However, in the sun's glare, his arms were uncontrollably wrenched backwards and stuck to the wall. 2 blood-red holes appeared on his wrist, nailing them in place. While the light faded, Valentine's face was charred. Seeing their ordeal, Lumion couldn't help but feel anguish for them. It was unknown if it was because of the black thorn symbol, but his misery had abated. His face felt as if snapped by an invisible hand repeatedly. His face red and swollen, his teeth loose, he could barely speak. Just as another round of attacks was about to descend, Lumion's vision blurred, and he glimpsed a wilderness. Maybe I'm not skipping too many words. Maybe it's the translation, Kami, I don't know. In the distance loomed a mountain range, and close by stretched a grassy wilderness. Two demon-like creatures with goat horns hauled a dark red conch-like carriage from afar, hastening before Lumion and company. Seated in the carriage was a woman in emerald robes and laurel wreath. Chestnut locks swept up, hazel eyes bright and watery, dignified and noble, reminiscent of Madame Polly. She kept her pledge to proffer aid, Lumion thought, delighted as the invisible force assailed them not. Somehow he knew the woman before him was not quite Madame Polly, or rather, Madame Polly precisely, more an unearthly construct Polly had fashioned by will. Lumion chose to call her Madame Knight. Unlike his Paramita encounter, Madame Polly grasped an oak branch mistletoe at its tip with one hand. No, mine doesn't have that comment. What the fuck? A jadeite bowl of sparkling liquid in the other. Madame Polly dipped the oak branch in the bowl and sprinkled them. After the third sprinkle, Lumion saw his chest wound heal, and the swelling receded, and no more was he pinned immobile to the wall. Leia, Valentine, and Ryan fully healed, and no traces of injuries happened. What attacked us? Lumion asked. Madame Polly, seated in the carriage, replied superciliously, "The hint of sufferer taint on you now. Thankfully, it's minor, or you'd have to restart the loop." Sufferer taint? What the fuck does that mean? That's all I know, Madame replied. Then do you know what happened to the dead warlock and the owl in the cemetery? If I had known, things wouldn't have turned out like this. I had originally planned to rule this place, but now I have no choice but to leave. Rule this place? Alarm bells rang in Lumion's head. Falling into a loop may not be the worst fate. Aurora and I have no idea how many babies we'd have if Madame Polly had her way. Compared to that, getting looped and destroyed doesn't seem that bad. Madame Polly glanced at them but said nothing more, her pitch-black demon beast pulling her conch carriage into the wilderness. By the time she disappeared from Lumion and the other site, the wilderness was gone. Just then they realized they were still in the basement, half on the stairs and half by the wooden door. If not for the blood and the fallen nails on the ground, they would have thought they experienced a hyper-realistic illusion. Dude, Madame Polly come in clutch as fuck, the goat? For real, what? Let's get out of here first, Ryan said. Get rid of any traces. Valentine nodded and conjured illusory golden flames to burn the blood and nails away. You think that was? Sufferers? I don't know. I just have no idea. I don't know. Is the Sufferer's taint like not the circle of inevitability, but rather the aura of like Sephira Castle or Klein on them? And they're getting super pissed at him because all the great old ones probably hate the Lord of Mysteries and the God Almighty, right? Because those two, and I guess stand above them or some shit. I don't know. Like maybe they call like the Lord of Mysteries the Sufferer or something. I don't know. Or like maybe they call Klein the Sufferer. I don't fucking know. Valentine nodded and conjured illusory golden flames to burn the blood and nails away. The four of them faced no more attacks on their way out to the cathedral. Just as Lumion was about to leave through the side door, he spotted the Deputy Padre standing dazed outside. Was this fellow back from filling his stomach? Lumion was about to avoid him when Michael turned and saw them. Ryan was poised to knock the man out as Michael said, "Here to pray? Need a confession?" Everyone in the cathedral has collapsed, but you're concerned about confessions? Lumion looked at Michael as if he were insane. Compared to before, this guy's abnormality was obvious. 80. Joint Investigation Team. Leia sensed Michael's abnormality and turned to Ryan, asking with her eyes if they should knock him out. At this point, Lumion spoke up. "Is the Padre not here?" Michael's eyes, unable to hide his excitement, lit up. "The Padre's resting. You can pray to me." Lumion hesitated and said, "Fine." Seeing Michael's elated expression, Lumion turned to the others. What's wrong with you lot? Coming to the cathedral to pray is what any believer would do. What's there to be afraid of? What he meant was that they had already escaped the basement without getting caught. Why worry now? As believers, it was normal for them to come to the cathedral to pray. Using a side door was trivial. As for the Padre and his lackeys taking an extended lunch, what does that have to do with them? Lumion knew such excuses would only fool dimwits, but they should placate the Padre, for now anyway. The Padre wouldn't expose them until Ryan's group tried reporting the irregularities to the higher-ups. As long as Leia and the others continued strolling through the village, casually chatting as if they hadn't found anything, the Padre would be content to maintain the status quo. Goddamn, Lumion is smart. Add to that, Ryan had demolished their underground altar. It would not take time for them to restore it. Lumion estimated the Padre wouldn't gain any boons at least for a couple of days, if not until after Lent began. By then, it wouldn't matter if the Padre suspected them or not. Appearing normal was the most pressing concern. Upon hearing Lumion's words, the Deputy Padre nodded. Absolutely, no matter your past sins, if you pray sincerely, God will forgive you. That's so? What if the Padre repented to EBS and confessed that I had strayed long ago believing in an evil god? Now I wanted to return. Lumion appeared pious as he strode to the altar, but he didn't buy it. Leia couldn't help but glance at Valentine as seeing his complicated expression. This should have earned Valentine praise, but he knew the Deputy Padre was deranged. Redirecting her gaze from Valentine, Leia rushed to Lumion's side and whispered, "Did you consider that half those present don't believe in EBS?" "You don't?" Lumion asked. Genuinely surprised? Not because he was perceptive and grasped her hint, but of the 5 here, aside from the unhinged deputy, Valentine was clearly one of the remaining 4. Lumion himself barely counted as half. She smiled and said, "Ryan hails from the machinery hive mind. I'm from Bureau 8. We don't belong to EBS." Lumion had heard his sister mention the machinery hive mind was on par with the EBS Church's Inquisition, a branch of the Church of God of Steam and Machinery dealing with matters concerning those from beyond. Bureau 8's full name was Bureau 8 under the Intas Intelligence and Homeland Security Committee. It was the Republic's most official organization in the domain of Beyonders. Why is everyone doing the eyes? Does Bureau 8 mean something? Is it supposed to mean something to me? Aren't you sent by the church? Lumion asked. Leia sat beside him. Too many dangerous run-ins with those from beyond have happened at country borders recently, especially in disputed territories. When Cordu asks for help, the higher-ups decide to send a joint task force into Cordu to figure out what's happening. Who knew that this place would... She shook her head, almost at a loss. The strangeness and horrors of this place were beyond her imagination. At times, she felt Valentine was right to suggest reporting everything to Cordu, and request Cordu's destruction. But she wasn't ready to die yet. She had to choke back her professional instincts. At that moment, the Deputy Padre picked up the book on the altar and glanced at the 4. Leia then crossed her arms over her chest and bowed her head. Lumion was stunned. "And you claim not to believe in EBS?" Leia sensed his gaze and turned around, flashing him a wry grin. "God won't fault me for posing as a sheep of another flock during a crusade. If you doubt it, look." She then turned her chin to the other side. Ryan, hailing from the machinery hive mind, folded his arms over his chest in a pious fashion. "So your moral compass possesses flexibility when questing." After adopting a reverent mean, I-E-N, what the fuck is this?
Mean.
A reverent mien, and closing his eyes, the Deputy Padre, Michael Gary Edge, rifled through the Holy Bible, intoned gravely, and spoke. God spoke. Let there be light. And there was light. Lumion suddenly felt a surge of nostalgia as he heard the familiar sermon. Though he used to just go and flow and float through the services, whispering and gazing around, he now longed for the simplicity of the past, even if he had to pray with the greatest devotion. Even the unpleasant events that had once annoyed him were now a source of comfort. By the time Lumen and the others left the cathedral, the padre and the servants were still knocked out. Ryan gazed at the castle far away. That woman is far more powerful than I realized. How powerful? Lumen asked. Ryan deliberated. It's likely she's touched the threshold of godhood. Not quite yet. Before whooping the ass of 3 gods. So he's saying she's touched the threshold of godhood, not quite yet. So I guess that makes her sequence 5, I guess? That was only a sequence 5? God damn, y'all are weak as shit. It seems to have said something, not quite yet. You seem to have said something, not quite yet. Oh, true, Kami. If Lumion didn't need Ryan and the others, he would have spoken his mind. However, thanks to his intensive knowledge of mysticism, he could roughly guess what Ryan meant. Sequence 4, the beginnings of a demigod. Really? He pondered a moment. I think Polly seems off when she appears as Madame Knight. He told him about Madame Knight in Paramita. I got the same impression, Leia said, like a botched patchwork monster. Ryan nodded. We have an understanding of Madame Knight to an extent. In the border region between Intis and Phaenopotter, similar incidents have happened quite frequently in recent years. Some call her Madame Knight. Some call her Madame... I don't fucking know what that is. Some call her the Benevolent, and some call her the Vile. But so far, we haven't caught any of them. We still lack a systematic grasp. Yes, this is the first time we've heard of Paramita. Something about Paramita occurred to me from the description, though, Leia said. What? Lumion asked. In Phaenopotter's Church of the Earth Mother, there is a saying, the soul returns to the land. Soul returns to the land. Images of wilderness and wandering undead surfaced in Lumion's mind. He had to admit, Leia's association made sense. Let's not provoke that madam anymore, Ryan said. Regarding the escaping the loop, if she doesn't provide aid, she won't be an enemy. Even if she doesn't provide aid, she won't be an enemy. We just need to monitor her movements and see if we can utilize the specific temporal node she mentioned. Dude, if she's not the enemy either, who the fuck is even doing this? Because, like, it seems like the Padre is like a small fish. I doubt he's the one orchestrating all this. What the fuck is going on here? Wasn't it because you clearly couldn't defeat her if you didn't provoke her? Lumion suppressed his mouth, ready to retort. He then asked Valentine, how many minutes? He worried that if he mistimed, his sister would trigger the loop. 10 minutes remaining, Valentine said. Good. Lumion sighed. I'm going to search for Aurora. If nothing else, do help me locate Sybil's husband, Jean Maury. Investigate who's spreading the rumor that the horoscope are about to change and everyone will usher in good fortune. If you discover something, come to my house and found me. Good night, my cabbages. That was what everyone planned to do, so no one bothered objecting. Lumion fell into deep thought as he bade them farewell and walked to the agreed-upon spot at the edge of the village. After completing the exploration of the underground of the cathedral, he had a damn good hunch about the anomaly in Cordu. Holy shit! That makes 3,000. Holy fuck, we got it on stream. That's dope. 3,000. Awesome sauce, boys. 3,000. Thanks, Luvion. Thanks, Arthur. Thanks, Chris. That's a lot of fucking people. Thanks, Philip. Lumin fell deep into thought as he bade farewell into the joint investigation team. The ones responsible for the loop were definitely the Padres group. They'd been secretly worshipping an evil god for at least 6 months and had sacrificed quite a few foreigners under the cathedral in exchange for a load of boons. Before Lent, the Padre Ponce Benet... Don't jinx me here, Kami. Don't. Oh, mine's showing 3,000. I don't know, maybe it just hasn't updated quite yet, I don't know. Before Lent, the Padre, Ponce Benet, and their lot had received a boon using the 3 Beyonders that Shepherd Pierre Barry had brought back, or at least one of them. The former instantly became a pretty powerful Beyonder, hence they kicked off a grand ritual at the start of Lent. On the 12th night, in the final stages of the ritual, the hidden being with the name of Inevitability would accept a large-scale sacrifice and complete something that the Padre and company had hoped for. But at that moment, something unexpected happened. The ritual failed, and the power involving the past, present, and future dissipated, bringing about a time loop. As for what unexpected events had occurred, Lumin recalled something the mysterious lady once told him. You belong to a group of individuals who were on the brink of being corrupted. Luckily, the mark left by that great existence was activated, and the corresponding power descended upon you, sealing the source of corruption and establishing balance. Weird. So it is the Padre doing this. But then why would Inevitability give him a boon too? Wouldn't Inevitability just have a side and just be like, hey, I'm just gonna like give them boons and not give it to anyone else so that like, cause you're trying to stop them and you're not a pious believer, whereas like the 4 of them are pious believers of mine. Am I crazy? Like, doesn't that make sense? Maybe it's an automatic response since they're so low level? I mean, I guess that is an option. There's definitely something we're missing, Chris. There's a lot we're missing, to be honest. Alright, guys. Are you a great Oldon Wiz? Do you have intimate knowledge of how they work? I do. A will to live? I too am missing that coming most days. Having to get up at 7 o'clock to work. Really a question. I don't think really got that much going on. We could just end it all. Done with it. Wow. Jeez, that got dark real quick. Alright, sorry guys. We're gonna end it a little early today. I just need to go help my brother with something. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Then we will still end Lord of the Mysteries this weekend. We will still do that somehow. So we will do that. Alright, bye. I might pop by Dara's stream depending on what time she's streaming till and stuff. Alright, bye guys.